with this fish, so I'm gonna get this guy right back in the water. The dog days of summer usually aren't synonymous with stellar freshwater fishing. High water temperatures often make fish, especially trout, lethargic and unwilling to bite. However, in the hills of western Massachusetts, there's a fishery that's an exception to that rule. The Swift River is home to some of the best fly fishing in New England, and it provides excellent opportunities for brown, brook, and rainbow trout. Unlike most trout fisheries, one of the best times of the year to fish the Swift River is July and August, during the hottest days of the year. That's because the Swift is a tailwater fishery connected to the Quabbin Reservoir, which means that it receives a constant supply of fresh, cold water that drains from the bottom of the Quabbin. Even when the air temperatures hover around 90 degrees, the waters of the Swift remain in the mid-50s, keeping cool water predators like rainbow trout actively feeding. We met up with brothers Dan and Tom Harrison, co-owners of Harrison Anglers, along with one of their guides, Cam Chaffee. The plan was to explore the deeper Stillwater section of the upper Swift River, and then head back out on day 2 to fish the faster, thinner water south of Belchertown. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of On the Water's Angling Adventures. I'm Chris Megan, publisher with On the Water magazine. We got a great group with us today. We got Tom and Dan, I think I nailed this one, Harrison, and we got Cam Joffrey. We're on the Swift River. I read some of your credentials there. Montana, Chile. How'd you end up here? Is this home?
Yeah, we grew up here, so we grew up north of here about an hour on the New Hampshire border in Warwick. And we guided out west while we were in college, and then got an opportunity down in Chile for a couple winters, and then started this business in 2006, and we've been guiding here ever since.
For you guys to settle here after going out and doing your guiding in Montana and then heading out to Chile to come back to Central Mass, obviously there had to have been a main attraction here for you to leave those two places, which are epic as far as fly fishing and guiding.
The big draw is just like it's a 12-month season. I mean, out west it's a shorter season and there's not as many clients there in the winter. We're able to guide almost 6 or 7 days a week if the weather's good in the winter here, and we're getting 20 to 24 inch browns all winter long.
And the heat doesn't, like during the summer right now when we've had these 85 and 90 plus days, does it send these fish
not in some of the areas. The main areas that we guide stay cold. Like here, this water is definitely in the 50s right now.
Really?
And it's
Wow.
the middle, or not middle of August, but it's the beginning of August. So this stuff, the whole drainage down here stays cold. When you get out on it, it's almost like you're floating like a spring creek out west.
So you're using lighter tippet and suspended rigs below a big dry fly, and you can catch fish on the surface and below.
I'm excited to get after this thing, but there's something really special about this area. To tell you the truth, growing up in Acton, Mass, I have a brother that lives in Shirley and another one that lives out this way as well. And so to me, being a Massachusetts guy, this is near and dear to me. So we're excited. Harrison Brothers, Cam Joffrey, we're heading out, guys. 2 drift boats. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. Let's head out. That's about as graceful as I get.
Yeah, that's perfect. Stand to the right a little. Good. Yeah, so as that thing sinks, just be ready for a fairly subtle take. That dry is just going to twitch a little bit. And just think about your hook set just like a back cast. So if that thing twitches, you're just going to back cast the fly out of the river too.
You got it. When I'm dropping these, there it. Oh, I just saw that. Sorry, my bad.
And just think about following through on that hook set. So
yep, I was just.
Your instinct will be to lift, right?
Right.
And stop.
Right.
Follow right through because there's going to be a lot of slack in there. But that's about what the takes will look like. So that was a fairly good take, but it's just going to twitch that dry a little bit, and they're going to spit it out pretty quick. Set. Yep. You ready? Set. Yep.
There it is.
Yep. Go again. See how that thing wiggled a little
Wow.
bit? Cast again to the right, just a little bit. Right out here.
Out here again?
Yeah, you got some flow up there. You can run it down through. There you go. Because they're going to spit that thing out right when they taste it. Set. See that ring around there?
That's subtle.
It'll be more aggressive than that too sometimes, but it can be subtle enough where it won't move the dry. Yep, set. Nice, there you go. Now don't pull too hard, just bend that rod. There you go. If he
Wow.
goes away, let him go away. If he comes at you,
That was
shoot him.
quick, huh?
Nice.
I can't get over what you were talking about on how subtle. I
Pretty
mean,
cool,
it
yeah.
is just a little.
It's basically still water fishing. There's flow. Yep, and just let that line go.
I'm gonna see if I can get him back. I'm gonna actually take up a little bit of this.
Don't worry about that reel too much because there's a lot of weeds in there and stuff. Just stay tight to him with your hands for most of the
Yeah,
bite.
you got it. That was a lot quicker. It probably should have been a lot quicker than that.
Yeah, let him go a little bit. Nice. No, you're 1 for 3 on those first 3 takes. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna say 1 for 2 because I didn't even realize that's what they look like.
Yeah, okay, we'll give you.
They're so
50%.
subtle.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of fight them over to the right a little bit. And it's just a matter of keeping that big bend to protect the hooks because they're pretty small hooks. And that tip will pop pretty easy when they're going away from you.
So I'm gonna just let him do his thing right there.
Yep.
This is crazy that this is literally within the shadow of the ramp.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna get on the reel. All I'm gonna do is
Not
just kind
only
of
if
work
he
him
takes
in.
you to the reel. So with these small hooks, if you start reeling and he swims at you right now, it can shake that hook pretty easy. So you just want to keep that tension.
Yep. Look at that. How awesome is that? We haven't been on the water 2 minutes. I can't get over. You were talking about the clarity of the water here. When you started driving in, you started looking down at some of the growth that's on the water.
Yep.
You're like, how is this water gonna be that clear? But I'll tell you what, it certainly is.
Yeah, it's like fishing in a little aquarium that flows. It's pretty cool. A lot of sight fishing in here too.
Now the end game, once I get his nose turned towards you, I'm just gonna keep bringing him.
Yeah, and just think about lifting your arm a little bit. So
Yep.
don't land him with the butt of the rod too much. You can get a little more line and that dropper rig's pretty long.
Wow.
They usually have like one more kick in them when they get close to the boat.
They
so
see
just
the
be ready
boat,
to
they
let
just
'em
wanna go.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll tell you what, to your point, this water's cold and this fish is
Yep.
definitely healthy.
Yep.
There he is right there.
And now when you go to land and put your reel right up over your head, just lift him real high. Keep
Yep.
his head up.
I'm gonna go right over your shoulder and up high.
Yep.
I got his nose broken towards you.
Nice. Good job.
Oh, look
move.
at the size of this fish right out of the gate.
Good start.
Now, how is that as far as the comparison of most of the fish in here?
I mean, in here, that's like a pretty average rainbow. There's a lot of good sized fish in here.
Guys, we haven't been on the water 5 minutes. Took me a second to figure out what he was talking about, how subtle that bite was. It went down, screamed at me once, very politely, I would tell you. and finally on the second and third one, I started to see what it was. Third one, we got him. Absolutely beautiful rainbow right here.
It's a beautiful thing when that's your average size fish.
You guys said it when we got in the water there, Tom, that cold water fishery, this water stays warm. When you look at it and you start to see a little bit of the growth, you feel like you're gonna step into 75-degree water, but it is not.
Yeah.
And it is crystal clear. I almost thought I saw that fish come up and take a swing at it. you
Yeah,
know?
you can see a lot of the bites in here. You definitely see the fish eat your fly, which is, sight fishing is very cool.
This
Yeah.
is so neat, unbelievable.
Let's go do that again.
Let's do that again. How does Montana differ from what we're doing right now here on the Swift?
One of the main differences is there's a lot more pressure out there. So we're lucky here because you think about how many drift boats we've seen today.
We've seen no drift boats and a few kayakers that have come through, you know?
You know, a tailwater like this in a destination fishing area have a lot more boats on it, a lot more pressure, and we don't have that here. We're pretty much, one of the only games around, so there's not a lot of pressure.
And how about the fish size? I know that we've had some just, when I caught that first rainbow, you said that was average size. I gotta be honest with you, I'm like, man, that's gotta be on the bigger side of things. But how does this compare to Montana as far as the fish?
I mean, we guided in Glacier, so Glacier's mostly cutthroat and bull trout.
Yeah, okay.
And a big fish any given day was probably like a 16 or 17 inch fish, and then you get bigger than that. But here, I mean, like the way you've seen, a lot of the average fish are 15, 16 and bigger. So.
And bigger.
Yeah,
We've seen some huge fish there.
Yep.
Now, from Montana, you guys headed down to Chile.
Yep, guided down there.
What brought you down there? Just an opportunity to kind of learn down the South America?
We just kind of came in contact with some people that gave us a job through the fly shop in Redding, and we worked for Patagonia Base Camp down
That
there.
must have been a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a 3-month season, so it's a shorter season, and you go down January 1st to April 1st, and it's all big glacial rivers and way different than up here, you know what I mean?
But this is home for you right here. This is home. How many years have the two of you guys been, because it seems like you guys have been fishing together for only a year or two, you get along so well. Because if I had been fishing with my brothers for any more than 5, I love my brothers, but if I was fishing with them for any more than 5 years, one of us would come out with a black eye.
Yeah, it should have happened more than it has, probably. We've been fishing since we were probably 4 or 5 years old. We started fly fishing when I was 10 and he was 12, and then been fishing ever since. We started this business in 2006, so we've been working together, you know, owning a business since 2006.
I'll tell you what, I can't say it enough. You guys, if you want to get out here, if you want to get beautiful fish,
You better fire one over here too while you're talking.
over here.
Yeah, there's a good spot.
I don't think there's a spot on here. You're not supposed to fire one.
No, there's probably not.
No.
There's not a bad spot to throw a fly in this river. There you go, nice, good job.
That was awesome. As the sun climbed higher into the sky, the action only improved as the rainbows eagerly struck our Frenchie nymphs in small egg fly patterns.
Nice.
Oh, look at him. He's a good one.
Yeah, it's a nice one. I like how we're planning where to go to catch fish and he's just in here catching fish. Like, we don't have to go anywhere.
Oh.
So now he's coming at you, stripping some of that line. Think about dropping your rod a little bit, nice and easy. A little more. Yeah, that's cool. Now lift up, now lift up slowly, yep. Nice.
Nice. That was awesome, man.
Sick.
Look at this thing. That is a beautiful fish. Look at this guy.
Pretty
Give you
handy
a
out
better
in here.
perspective right
Yeah.
there. One hand, gorgeous fish. I'll tell you what, man, I'm addicted. I may be buying a house out here.
Go left more than that, like 10 feet left. They're right to the top of that. There you go. Yeah, be ready on that one. Yep, nice. Drop again. Yeah, leave it. Stripping just a little bit. Yep, nice, good job. There you go. Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a nice fish. So we just changed
Yeah, you
flies.
get him right on the reel.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Keep lifting away from him. Keep pulling away from him. Good. Nice. Yeah, that was the change up to the pheasant tail. Like a size 16 pheasant tail on a jig hook.
And it was immediate. It was immediate. And then I missed the first one, and I think the big brother came in on it. Look at that fish, thick.
Lift. Next time he does that, just
Yeah, I'm going
put him right up. Yeah, high as you can reach now. Keep his head up. Nice and easy. Good job. That's a big one.
That was a gorgeous fish right there. Look how thick this fish is. Guys, fishing the Swift River, Tom and Dan, Harrison, Cam Joffrey, we've been into these fish all day. And I'll tell you what, I had no idea. You probably heard me say that 4 or 5 times today, but I had no idea these fish existed in this water. I know that they had rainbows. I didn't think they had this quality of a rainbow. I don't know if we've gone half a mile.
Probably a little less. Yeah.
After landing over a dozen rainbow trout, we called it a day to escape the hot summer sun and prepare for day 2 on the Swift River. On day 2 of fishing, we traded the still waters of the upper Swift River for the faster waters below the Bondsville Dam in Belchertown. The cold water protected by a canopy of trees was enough to make us forget that it was a hot August day. Hey guys, day 2 on the Swift. Switched it up today though. Tom Harrison's in the boat up ahead on camera boat 2, and I'm with Dan Harrison. Dan, different piece of water altogether, huh?
Yeah, real different. We're going to be in a lot faster water. Yesterday we were in kind of that dammed up Spring Creek area up above, and this is definitely 180 degrees in the other direction.
Yeah, and I love it. Very picturesque here. What do we have for a flow? But like you said, just a little over
107.
So we got good water. We can move over the rocks this way. Water's still cold because I stepped in earlier, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, it's definitely cold.
This is a tailwater fishery, you can tell. So this is going to be a lot more intimate. This is going to be fishing kind of traditional, streams where you're fishing behind in little pockets and riffles. A lot more technical on the casting too.
Yeah, it's a lot more technical all around. So this is a Royal Wolf colored chubby Chernobyl. This This is kind of one of our go-to patterns where we're trying to like bring the fish up when they're not rising. So they'll come up and get this even if there's not like a hatch going on. Kind of imitates a hopper or stonefly, or it imitates a number of different things all at the same time. So it works good for bringing them up when they're not rising. Brown works good. Any colors on the bottom, red, brown, pink, yellow, any of that works good. And then the San Juan worm underneath it, just the classic San Juan worm. This isn't a squirmy or anything. Fish seem to eat the chenille a little bit better this year than the rubber. I mean, the worm is bright pink, hot pink, and that seems to be the best color.
Yeah, okay.
For most of the rivers that we're guiding on, the hot pink works the best. Perfect. Mend that to the right, just be ready. Actually, you don't need too much of a mend. Just
gonna lay it right down and then let
just
that take
dip your
it out.
rod down and set it over your left shoulder if you get a hook set.
Okay.
And make sure you have no slack in front of your hands
Yeah,
here.
that's what I'm gonna do.
You're good there. I'm not gonna like keep the boat stationary. We're gonna be moving with it, so you're not gonna have to feed it a lot on this drift. A little mend to the left on that. Yep, that's good. Yeah, wiggle a little line out and shake that dry around a little bit so it moves. That's good. Nice. That's a good assist.
That was a great assist. Oh, beautiful fish. So what we did there was we came back up to the top. Instead of letting the line do it, we actually just drifted down with the indicator, staying in touch with the whole way down. Look at this body of water in here, huh?
Hour and 15 from Boston.
It really is crazy.
That's a nice one.
I'm gonna keep his nose coming.
Yep. Bring him back to the left so he doesn't swim by the anchor. I'll pick the anchor up if he goes
Yeah,
too
no,
far. But
I'll turn back this way.
these rods are so nice for fighting
Oh,
fish.
great.
Yeah, way back to the left a little.
Yep, I'm just gonna, once he turns his nose, he's coming. Nice. Look at the size of that fish. Really cool, just came into this first pool. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the color on that fish. Is that gorgeous? I'm gonna get him right in.
Ooh, hold on. Strip it in. Okay, see the fish right next to the boat? Real big rainbow. See him? He's right there.
Yep.
Go ahead, do it now. Not bad. Leave it. If I tell you to set, you be ready. Set! Big fish. Okay. He ate it and turned at you, so when we set the hook, it came out of his mouth.
Oh, I did see him turn.
You won't eat that one again. We're gonna get him though. Okay, he's still there. So go ahead.
Right here, right?
Yep.
Now, how
Right.
far do you want me to go up?
Just right up on the green. Leave it. Just be ready. When I say to set over your left shoulder, okay? Be ready. He's gonna eat it. He let that one go by. That was kind of weird. Okay, he's further out now. Just put it right on the green over there. Perfect. Pull it to us. Actually, no, you should. If it comes through there,
I did or not?
you're good. Be ready. Mend it to the right.
Oh, it went right over his head?
No, he's going to get it. Sit. Oh, no, he didn't eat it. Bring it to me. He didn't like it. It's close, though.
We got to get this guy. No moving.
Yeah, I mean, when you're coming down, you want to get in the habit of, like, when you're coming down like this, you need to, like, if you're thinking about the fish facing upstream, you don't want to pull upstream with your rod tip no matter how hard you want
Right,
to.
I want to go down.
Yep.
Right on the opposite side, just past the sucker, I think.
Yep, get him. Good, that's perfect. Bend to the right. Okay, he's already bolting at it. Just be ready.
Set! Got him. Freaking got him on that one. I saw him hit
right
it.
there, nice job. Go to the reel with him probably. That's a good one.
That was like the 4th fly on this guy. He doesn't even know he's hooked right now.
No, I would start reeling up a little bit of line. Just don't bounce the rod tip while you're doing it, just nice and smooth.
Look at this fish.
Nice and easy.
All right, if I keep him coming.
Nice and easy. He's not quite ready
He's
yet.
not ready
close.
yet. That's
I'm
a
gonna try to
thick,
stretch it
beautiful
out a
fish.
little bit.
I'm gonna go right over your shoulder,
Easy.
Adam, so be careful. Oh, not quite yet. Ooh, he knows.
He knows what we're doing.
All right, last one, coming right up at you.
Nice. Bring him to the right a little.
Very, very easy. Oh, he's big, he's big, he's big. This is a beautiful fish. He's coming now. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That is awesome.
Nice job. That's a big boy right
That
there.
was the 4th fly we had on there. Went by it, went by it, went by it. That's beautiful.
He doesn't
Look
pass
at
up
this
many
fish.
meals.
Look at that guy, huh? All right, let me see if I can get my hands wet. We'll get this guy a couple quick shots and then we'll release him.
So we had a creature on to start with, and we had 5X on there, and we downsized to 6X and put sucker spawn on, and he ate it straight first time through.
The thing that was crazy about that, it looks like 6 feet away. It's probably closer to 8 to 10 because the water clarity is so, great here. But to see it go by him and go, no, try something else. See it go by him. This is the difference
in there
between a
eating
pure
good.
fly fisherman and myself. I'd be at the same fly for like the next 10 minutes and be like, still not eating it.
He probably would
Still
have
not
ate it
eating
eventually if you gave it to him
Still
the
not
right
eating it. We continued to fool the big rainbows like the ones we found on our first day, but also tied into a brown and brook trout in the riffles of the Lower Swift. As we reached the end of our float, I found myself incredibly impressed by the quality of this fishery, which is less than 90 minutes outside of Boston. It truly is a world-class trout fishery to be enjoyed with world-class company.